In this video, we are going to add a deck to our small 2-story house, and we're going to simply attach it with a ledger and then use a couple of posts with a beam to support it. And then we're going to set the floor joist on top of the beam. But before we do that, we are going to need a concrete foundation, and we're going to be using a couple of post-base connectors to connect the posts to the concrete footings. And these connectors will be embedded in the concrete footings. We're going to have a 12-inch by 12-inch or 1 foot by 1 foot, and it's going to be 1 foot deep. And our slab is going to be 4 or 5 inches thick. And before we put the ledger on, we're going to be using a membrane. I like to use a waterproofing membrane to go behind the ledger. And of course, there are a variety of different materials you can use for that. You can see here where the membrane is going to go below it and above it. Now, I want to do this in order how I would do it, and you can do it however you want to, but I would suggest framing everything up to the floor and not installing the floor sheathing. However, if you can get to everything below, then go ahead and install the floor sheathing. And before we install our ledger, we are going to install our membrane, and even some water-resistant materials might work just fine also. Keep in mind there is a difference between a waterproof and a water-resistant material. I like to use a waterproof material here. And it doesn't have to be sticky on one side because we are going to be installing our building paper underneath this part of it. So you could always install the building paper first and maybe start the building paper even with the floor framing and then install this layer. If you're worried about having problems installing the exterior building paper later. And keep in mind that I'm not providing you with every single thing you need to know here. And a little planning on your part might help with this process. And I will be installing bolts. I'm not going to lag screw this into the joist. And I'm going to install a nut and a washer on this side so that I can always tighten it if it needed to be tightened. You're not going to be able to do that from the other side once you install the drywall. And you could always have 2 bolts at the end here. And my spacing is 16 inches on center and staggered. And next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the back here, where again we're using washers. And don't forget to install the ceiling backing after you install the bolts, because you might not be able to install these bolts if the ceiling backing's in the way. So there is going to be a gap between the ceiling backing and this joist. Next up, let's go ahead and pan back here a little bit. And let's not forget that the membrane is not going to be cut until after the framing, or at the very least, after the floor sheathing has been nailed. And now you can either work on the deck or build the rest of the house, or at the very least, frame the rest of the house. Keep in mind that scaffolding might be easier to go around the house without the deck, or it might be better to have the deck built. Just don't install the decking until after everything is built so you don't ruin the decking. Maybe throw some scrap pieces of plywood down to create an area you could work on while protecting the deck joist. And don't forget, I'm just providing you with some of the basics here. You can always put a cantilever on if you need to. And you can always raise the beam here and use hangers instead of sitting the joist on top of the beam. And if you need to slope the joist so that the water will run in this direction, you can simply lower the beam here. Everything that I'm doing is level. So here you can see the hangers. Joists are spaced 16 inches on center. And we're going to go ahead and install some blocks here. Another view of it there. We're going to use 4x6 on the outside. Instead of a doubler, sometimes a double joist will allow water to leak in between the joist. And that could accelerate wood decay. And of course our inverted or concealed hangers over here. And you might be able to get away with just using a single joist over there. I'll leave that up to you. And of course we do have a 2x8 ledger. This is pretty common for a ledger to be a little bit larger than the joist. Next up, let's take a look at it from above here. Now remember, any water that gets behind the ledger is going to drain safely away from that area, as long as this section right here overlaps the paper below. Next up, let's install some L metal, and our L metal is going to be 4 inches by 4 inches, or 4 inches up, 4 inches out. And you can either notch it around the door or cut it here and then bend it over, just like we did with the waterproofing membrane here. Next up, let's go ahead and install our decking. We're going to use 2x6, and our 2x6 will have an 1/8 of an inch gap in between each board. And even though I didn't install any fascia board here, you can always install some fascia board and then have the decking overlap over the fascia board. And I didn't do some of those things because I wanted to focus on something else in this video, and that's going to be about any water that could get trapped back here. And I know there are plenty of ways you can prevent that from happening, and maybe you've seen this one here before, and that's going to be to prevent the water from getting trapped over here and forcing it to come out each side. We're going to cut some slots in between each one of the joists. And those slots are going to be about 1 inch wide and about 1/2 inch deep, and come out over the metal like this to allow for water to drain out of each one of these sections. And of course, you wouldn't want these notches over or near the joist. And don't be confused, something like this can allow water to leak around and stick to the bottom of the metal and come back and leak off of the ledger or the joist. And of course, leak on the people below coming out of the front door. And of course, you can always cut the notch a little bit further away if you want a larger hole here. And I think something like this, you'd be able to clean it out easy if debris got stuck in there. Just kind of zoom in on it there. And we notched this decking board over the metal. And I kind of like this idea. I've never seen it done before. I've seen versions of it, but I've never seen it done to where you would have a larger area here. And of course, with this one here, I just simply bent the metal down a little bit. You would just cut it in maybe about 1/2 inch and then bend it down. This would allow for more of the water to drip off instead of rolling back on the top of the metal. And of course, they will run all the way down to the other side of the ledger. And keep in mind that these are only suggested ideas. You might need to check with your local engineers or building authorities to verify the information in this video. And the last thing I want to point out in the video will be furniture and door locations. Now, the reason why I moved the door over to here was to allow for a table and some chairs. Keep in mind that this deck isn't going to be very big. It's only going to be 6 foot by 10 foot. And if I put the door in the center, then I might have a difficult time navigating around larger furniture items. However, that might not be the case if I place the door over to one side. Which brings me back to one of my favorite things mentioned often in my videos, and that will be to try and plan for as many things as you possibly can during the design phase of the project and not after it's built. And thanks for watching. Also, don't forget to visit our website. We have an organized list of our videos there. You might have a difficult time finding that anywhere else.